Assalamualaikum
Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. In this presentation, we will discuss about professional standard and ethic code of internal auditor. First of all, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Ririn Kasih Mutmainah, with name is 172100029.
Hello, my name is Adam Rafija Rais with student number 202. And the last member of the group is Muhammad Afi Shahrid with student number 126. In this presentation, we will divide the subject into three parts. The first part will be delivered by Ririn, the second part will be delivered by Alfi, and the last part will be delivered by me.
The first is the internal audit professional standard. The professionalism possessed by an auditor must carry out his duties seriously and carefully. As a professional, auditor must be able to avoid negligence and dishonesty. Auditor must also recognize responsibility to society, client, and colleagues and behave respectfully despite personal sacrifice. Internal audit is independent, and the main characteristic of internal auditor is that they are willing to accept responsibility for the interests of the public and those they serve. Furthermore, the main objectives of the internal auditor are: first, to provide assurance on the adequacy, efficiency, and effectiveness of the control environment. Second, giving advice at an early stage in the implementation of any system development, changing process, making recommendation in the formation at policies, procedure, and control. And third, recording deviation from the organization policies, procedure, and control, and recommending action to reduce the risk arising from this deviation. Then, object and scope of internal audit. The scope of internal audit is not limiting to examining and evaluating the adequacy and effectiveness of organizational governance, risk management, and internal process, as well as the quality of performance in carrying out the responsibilities given to achieve organizational goals and objectives. While the internal audit object consists of review financial reliability and integrity, assessment of rule system, planning rules and regulatory procedure, assessment of how to maintain asset, economic and efficient assessment, and the last, review operation or program for consistency. Next up is type of internal audit. The first, compliance audit to ensure compliance with the rules, regulation, and law that apply in a company. The second, operational audit to ensure the efficient and effective implementation of company operation. The third, information system audit to ensure the proper functioning of information system in business life. And lastly, performance audit to ensure efficient use of research to achieve company goals. Next, there is a standard. Internal auditors carry out their work in accordance with a given set of rules, guidelines, regulations, and standards. The standards are provided by the Institute of Internal Auditing USA, known as Internal Standard for the Professional Practice of Internal Auditing. Type of internal audit is the standard attribute relating to the company and the team or staff performing audit work. For the example, the first one is author rights and responsibilities. Second, independence. Third, professional expertise and accuracy, including staffing, knowledge, and skill, supervise, adherence to the professional standard. And fourth, the scope of work include reliability of information, police compliance, asset protection, use of resources economically and efficiently. And 5, audit performance, including audit planning, testing, and evaluating of information, and follow-up. And the 6, internal audit management. And the 7, internal audit quality assurance and improvement program. Next, there is performance standards, which is the nature of internal audit and provides quality criteria for job performance. While implementation standards, provides guidance for each attribute or performance standard so that it can be applied by presenting to the appropriate requirement for each type of internal audit service. With published implementation standard for assurance, consulting, investigation, and control self-assessment or CSA activities.
Code of ethics. What is ethics? The word ethos comes from Greek. It means a place to live, pasture, customary habits, character and feelings and ways of thinking. The definition of ethics is the values that apply in groups or individuals or as a scientific discipline, namely the knowledge of what is good and what is bad. The code of ethics is a statement of principles, expectations governing behavior of individuals and organizations in the conduct of internal auditing. And then principles by Intosai. At the first is integrity. The integrity of the internal auditors establish trust and thus provides the basis for reliance on their judgment. And then objectivity. Internal auditors exhibit the highest level of professional objectivity in the gathering, evaluating, and communicating information about the activity or process being examined. And a third, confidentiality. Internal auditors respect the value and ownership of information they receive and do not disclose information without appropriate authority unless there is a legal or professional obligation to do so. And the last, competency. Internal auditors apply the knowledge, skills, and experience needed in the performance of internal auditor service. Code of ethics for professional accountant. Sumarso said that the Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants in Indonesia is adapted from the Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants issued by the International Ethics Standard Board for Accountants, or IESBA, of the International Federation of Accountants. 3 parts of ethic codes. Part A, fundamental ethics principle for accountants, and then part B is Code of Ethics for public accountants, and the last part C is Code of Ethics for accountants who work in business.
What is corporate governance? Corporate governance is a way to control, evaluate, and monitor the performance of business. It guides the company to create value added and to take notice to stakeholders' interests in the aftermath of corporate scandals and the global financial crisis. Corporate governance has received significant attention from regulators and the public since Benny 2011. There are 6 principles for auditors to support the implementation of good governance. There is participation, integrity, objectivity, accountability, transparency, and fairness. Managing potential conflicts of interest consists of 3 steps. First step is identification. You should take steps to identify potential conflicts by considering the nature of the services, the parties involved, and any interests and relationships that may impact the objectivity. The second is evaluation. You should determine the significance of the threat and specifically whether the threats to compliance with the integrity and objectivity rule are at an acceptable level. And step 3 is disclosure and consent. You should disclose the conflict to affected clients, including possibly former clients, and any other parties affected by the conflicts, example users of your report, to seek their consent to perform the professional services. Next is the quality control. Why quality control matters? Firstly, quality control helps to ensure that a firm performs audits in accordance with the standards required by each professional body. This helps to maintain the reputation of the firm and the profession. This in turn increases the confidence of the users of financial statements and the information contained within them. Thirdly, it is used as part of a firm risk management process. Performance of audits to high standard will protect the firm against potential damaging litigation. There are steps in quality control. There is acceptance and continuance, assignment of personnel, direction, supervision, review, consultation and engagement of quality control review, and all of these steps must have been taken before the audit report can be filed. This is the end of our presentation. Like and comment if this content was good. Thank you all, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.